Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
I'd like to say at this time, at this moment on the breakfast show, I'd like to say hello to Peggy. Good morning, Peg. How you doing? Hi, Mom. Jim, how you doing down there in Arkansas? Is it windy down there? Mm-hmm. Have you talked to your son, Brent, lately? Uh-huh.
Right now, Mom's going, no. He hasn't called. That's why I tune in every morning to see if he's okay.
Yeah.
When I hear his voice, I know, well, he's alive, so.
Yes, I remember many years ago, my mother would tell me, Dave, you don't check in as often as you should. This would be many years back.
Yeah.
But she said I can catch up in the mornings when you're on the radio, so I feel like we've visited. So
Yeah.
hopefully, Peg, you get that same feeling. And Jim, it's kind of hard to discipline your son when, you're just able to listen online. But give him a call and get him straightened out. I've got a little problem, Peg, right now with Brent. I've offered to lease him my hose and sprinkler for his dry lawn. He seems to be dragging his feet on that, and I actually have drained the hose so it'll be nice and limber when it warms back up, and I'm going to have to charge him a little extra for that, but I know, Peg, you understand. But you might talk to him about that. I'm trying to work this neighborly deal, and he seems to be kind of repudiating me, dragging his feet on it. So if you do talk to him over this Easter weekend, Peg, would you kind of get him straightened out on the hose and sprinkler systems in the neighborhood? I'd like to lease my equipment to him.
Well, my folks have always tried to teach me to be financially responsible. I have and I haven't on that ordeal. But I got to thinking about the financial ramifications of this deal that you're proposing. And I'm thinking, okay, how much does a sprinkler well, first off, I mean, I kind of have one, but even to go out and buy a new hose and a new sprinkler would probably be much more financially responsible than to lease anything from you.
Let me explain on how this works.
Okay.
Okay, you go buy the hose. You said you have a sprinkler.
Yeah.
I have the orange sprinkler that is very efficient. It covers a lot of ground without a lot of pressure. So this will cover a larger amount of area in a shorter period of time than probably your sprinkler would. That's number one. Number two, the maintenance of the hose, the storing of it during the winter months, all those sorts of things that, a hose that is kinked because it's gotten crusty and hard and no longer lets the water through when you pull it and you look back and it's all kinked up in four places. All of that in your life is gone. You don't have to worry about it. I'll store it. I'll drain it. I'll make sure it's flexible and good, and you'll cover more area in your yard than you would with your present system. And if you pencil it out with the water costs the way it is, you'll come out way ahead.
Really? So you're going to string a hose from your place to use your water?
Oh, no.
Because you just said the water cost.
No, you're not.
You just said what when you start to think about the water cost. So that means I won't have to use my water. Now we're talking.
No.
Possibly we could work something out.
Brent.
You'd have to
Peggy,
be careful if you're going to string the hose clear across the street, though. You might have to talk to the city about that first.
Peggy, sometimes Brent doesn't listen carefully.
You just said the water cost. I wouldn't have to worry about the water cost. You just said that.
You're just jumping the gun here, neighbor.
Now maybe we can talk,
brother. My co-host and good friend. You would reduce the cost of your water usage.
How do you figure?
I can't
what? What do you mean I would reduce the water cost if I use your hose and sprinkler compared to mine?
Because
what are you talking about?
Because I have a sprinkler that I purchased from Tuffy Thompson many years ago.
Oh.
And these are special sprinklers that cover a lot of ground without very much pressure. You don't have to run a lot of water. It covers a big area. That will reduce the amount of times you have to drag and pull to a new spot and water again and overwater something you've already watered, overlapping. The cost will be obvious. The reduction in cost will be obvious of your water costs, not mine. I can't run a hose across the street. I mean, you know that.
Well.
Anselmo Myrna today at the school, they probably have an underground water system there, but today they'll have home-style spaghetti with garlic breadstick, crispy chicken sandwiches, spicy chicken sandwiches, fajita salad with tortilla chips, vegetables, fruit, and milk.
Sandhill School in Dunning today, pizza, Jell-O cups, chips, and a Rice Krispie bar at Sandhills.
I am sure that there's an ordinance in the city law book that says you can't run a hose across the street in a residential area.
Well, I'm guessing you're right. It's just you were the one that said you won't have to worry about your water cost. And when you said that, I'm like, oh, well, maybe he's just going to come over and water my lawn.
But you want to put me at risk with the law so that you can save money on your water.
Yeah. Well, first off, you're the one that brought this up in the first place. Don't turn it back on me. Here we go. You're the one that starts it, and then all of a sudden Brent becomes the bad guy. Somehow, through all of this, you have become the victim now. I don't know how you do that.
Oh, Peggy.
You always start like that.
At Litchfield today, it's meatloaf. They got other things with their meatloaf, too.
Okay. SEM today, orange chicken on the menu at SEM.
Callaway BLT wrap.
Thetford today, barbecue meatballs.
Today at Arcadia, it's popcorn chicken.
Sargent today, hamburger, chips, baked beans, fruit cup, milk, and salad bar. That's at Sargent today. And Broken Bow is showing no school today.
All right. Prairie Pioneer Center, today is Thursday, so today they're having their Easter dinner, but I think you had up till the end of the day yesterday to get involved in that, get yourself a seat. But you could give them a call and ask them if they have any spare seats. They're going to have ham, mashed potatoes, green beans. Oh, I did that every time. Green bean casserole, yams, dinner roll, peaches, and Jell-O cake today at the Prairie Pioneer Center. And as long as we're talking about it, just check with them every once in a while because they serve meals Monday through Friday at the Prairie Pioneer Center.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a text?
Oh, yes.
From,
well,
is it about track?
No. Who do you think?
Oh, it's Peggy.
Yes, it's Mom.
Hi, Mom.
I don't know what it says here. Your dad says due to inflation and drought conditions, it's my opinion that water should be conserved for other purposes than watering lawn because the grass will come back when the rainy season starts.
Well, there's something to that, Jim. I just worry about Brent's yard where he's new in the neighborhood. He's probably going to want to try to kind of impress the neighbors. And if he loses all the grass his first year in the place, that might not bode very well for, neighborhood relations. But I understand what you're saying. If it stays dry like this, we probably need to conserve water for more important things. I'm with you on that, Jim. But, it could be a black eye on your son.
I'm sure they're real concerned about that. Okay, moving right along.
Let's play the game.
Okay. Let's see. We're asking questions about Easter eggs this week. In religions which associate Easter eggs with the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ, what does the hard shell of the egg represent? Is it the tomb of Christ, the nails on the cross, the armor of the soldiers, or the thorns on his crown? In religions which associate Easter eggs with the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ, what does the hard shell of the egg represent? Is it the tomb of Christ, the nails on the cross, the armor of the soldiers, or the thorns on his crown? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
Great question. What are we giving away today?
Subway today at Subway Day.
Okay. Call us 872-2801.
Geared for Sports in Broken Bow is there for you when you're gearing up for your sports endeavors. They have you covered for spring and summer. This week, you can draw an egg for a discount of 15 to 30% off. Geared for Sports is always willing to go the extra distance for their customers. If you don't see what you're searching for, talk to Scott. He'll do what he can to get it for you. Extra savings this week at Geared for Sports, west side of the square in Broken Bow.
Varney Health Mart in Broken Bow is excited to help you fill your Easter baskets. They happen to know the Easter Bunny, and they've put some of his favorites on their shelves, including toys, gifts, and decor. Plus, right now, it's 20% off. Fun candy, color-changing reptile toys, mermaids, and other dolls, cars, frisbees, games, and lots of other items perfect for Easter baskets are at Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Well, we didn't get a call. It makes me wonder if I flipped the switch back there, but what's the answer?
The answer is the tomb of Christ is what it represents.
Okay. Good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Easter is getting very, very close as we go into this Easter weekend. We'll hope that you'll be able to spend some time with family and gather on Easter Sunday or Saturday or Monday or Friday, however it works for you. I know a lot of you do multiple family gatherings, so we wish you the best. Please travel with care and get back safe and sound. In the meantime, we have track for you today on this Thursday before Easter, and it's going to be a breezy day in Burwell.
Yeah, I think it'll be maybe a little cool as well.
Yes.
Burwell is where we'll be today. Burwell Track and Field Invitational, a lot of area teams competing there, so we'll be there for you throughout the day, giving you live updates of results, and we'll start that at 1 o'clock on KBBN.
All right, and I believe we did at one time have a Husker baseball game scheduled for tonight, but that has been called off or moved or something. So,
well, we won't be airing it because they moved the start time of the Burwell track meet back.
Okay.
So we'll probably still be doing some track reports into the evening.
So that's why.
So that would be your reason.
I thought maybe they just decided not to play.
No, I think they're still scheduled to play.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Nebraska and BYU.
All right, very good, very good. We have a special treat for you today. I brought in a cassette deck. At home, mentioned a few times along the way, and many of you probably do this every spring, but Joan and Dave haven't done this sort of thing for a number of years, and Joan's been going through the closets and cleaning and doing some things, and, doing that struggle, do I keep this? And if I keep it, who will ever want it? Mm-hmm. But I hate to throw it away. That's very difficult.
Sure.
But we ran into a box of cassettes the other day that I'd had upstairs where I used to have a little kind of a radio studio upstairs, and I'd kind of saved some of these. So some of these were personal, but some of them were recordings of things that happened years ago on KCNI and KBBN, but at that time I think it was 98.3.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to dive into some of those a little bit today, and then I know there's two more boxes of cassettes underneath the cupboard in the stereo room that would probably have some memories from KCNI's old days. We're going to hear some voices today that you haven't heard for a while, and I will tell you, when we find the right spot here, I got to do a little work on getting lined up where we want to start. The Marty, the old Marty we talk about oftentimes, was acting up a little bit. And this was from a garage sale that was promoted by KCNI, KBBN, down at the municipal building, where businesses came into the municipal building and spent the day having a garage sale with special prices. And there was live music, of course. We used to try to do that a lot with the talent around the area. Angie Ripp was playing piano. Bonnie Neff was there. Bob Bowles brought his guitar. And I haven't heard any of that music, but once Angie got going, everybody was scared to take the stage because of her talent playing classical music and so forth. And so I remember that, but you don't remember it till you hear it again. So
Sure.
Got a little of that for you. A couple of the little things we'll play for you today because we do have some extra time today. So we'll do that a little bit later on in the show. So don't go away. Also, Christy's younger sister, Kathy, will be on here in just a little bit with Dave Davis Farmers National. I know they're very busy. Also, we'll be having commentary paid for by Ray Hunt, and we'll see if we can catch up with Matt or Ellen at Subway today. Other than that, we have a few things we want to mention, a little music and a little fun for you today.
That sounds good.
All right. Did you play Hello Sunshine by Bruce Springsteen? I see you had that pulled in.
Yesterday I did.
Okay, I didn't catch that. I'm going to get that moved out so I don't play it again.
Okay.
Got a little Gary Clark Jr. lined up for you right now. And this is he is a very interesting artist because he plays all different kinds. He plays blues, R&B, soul, a little, I don't know, just about anything the guy can do. And this kind of gives you that R&B feel. It's called When I'm Gone, Gary Clark Jr. on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Ansley, we do have a building. It was formerly the Jenny M. Melham Memorial Medical Building at 706 Main Street. It's 2250 square foot building. And like I said, it was last used as a medical clinic, and that's at 706 Main Street, Ansley. Then Oconto, we have one price to sell at 43408 Road 779. It's 1.6 acres, nice sized living room with picture window. Main floor has 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. Upstairs has a possibility of 3 more bedrooms. Main floor laundry, 30 by 22 detached garage with attached 22 by 15 carport. It is a project home with lots of possibilities. The location is 43408 Road 779, Oconto, and it's 1.6 acres. At 404 East Center Avenue, right outside of Myrna, we do have a nice home. It has open living and dining area with lots of natural light. Galley kitchen with appliances sting, 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom on the main floor. Lower level has a large master bedroom with a large walk-in closet, family room, and second bathroom with laundry area. Large finished garage with tons of storage. All-electric home, open front porch located just outside of Myrna. This home has so much to offer at 404 East Center Avenue, Myrna. And then in Callaway at 203 West Kimball Street, this home is close to downtown, has open living and dining room. Kitchen has a cafe window. It's a 1-bedroom, 1 bathroom with walk-in shower, main floor laundry, storage basement, all-electric home, detached garage, has workshop area, sits on a large lot. That's at 203 West Kimball Street in Callaway. Then in Mason City at 474 Crawford Street, we have a full-service firearms store. Purchase price includes the firearms, ammo, inventory, business laptops, shelving, furniture, office equipment, and printer. Gunsons, formerly as Cooper Corner, was established in 2017, has greatly expanded with its suppressor or night vision thermal equipment. Gunsons is the only Gold Star dealer in Nebraska for silencer. It's located on Nebraska Highway 2 with an expanded customer territory through central, northern, and western Nebraska. It's a turnkey opportunity with a very bright near and long-term future. That's at 474 Crawford Street, Mason City. I think that sums it up for this week. I'd like to thank you all for listening and have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you very much. Brent and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show. As promised, we have some cassette tapes we're going to play for you today. Now, this is from 1990.
Okay.
Garage sale held at the municipal building with area businesses. And it's kind of fun to listen to the businesses that were around at that time. Some of them are still here. Some of them are not. Unfortunately, some of the people are no longer with us as well. But this would be Tom Hilkemeyer in the studio going to a remote broadcast with Linda Henderson on remote.
Okay.
And again, remember, the Marty was very fickle. It either sounded really good or it would have a hum or a buzz or some problems, okay?
Now, if people are listening, can you help me describe, they might be hearing the word Marty and they're like, well, what's the Marty?
It's a shortwave FM frequency that all stations used at the time to do remotes. You either used a phone line or a Marty. And a Marty, you had an antenna at each end, and you send the audio. And when it worked, man, it really sounded great.
It did.
But when it didn't work, you didn't know why it didn't work.
Yes.
And so
it was a fight.
Here's the beginning of remote broadcast with Tom Hilkemeyer in the studio in 1990, Linda Henderson at the municipal building at the garage sale that was promoted by KCNI KBBN. Push the button, and in a moment you'll hear it. It's a cassette deck. This is live radio now.
Activities surrounding the gigantic KCNI KBBN garage sale. Standing by at the Broken Bow Municipal Building is Linda Henderson. Good afternoon, Linda.
Good afternoon, Tom, and welcome everybody to the KCNI garage sale. Are you reading me, Tom?
Well, not too well.
Are we having problems?
We're having a little bit of mechanical difficulty. You try to clear that up on your end.
Maybe I can clear it up right now. How's that?
Well, that does
Is that
sound
better?
much better.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. Welcome everybody to KCNI's garage sale, an annual event. All kinds of people here. There's Tupperware here. Ben Franklin is here. Images is here. Midwest Pawn and Jewelry is here. Arrow Seed. Roseland, new people to Custer County. Doty Department Store is here. Freckles and Frills is here. And Judy's is here. And right beside me, a lady from Pizza Hut. She is the manager of Pizza Hut. I'd like to welcome Deanna Varland. Hi, Deanna.
Hi, Linda. How are you today?
I'm just fine. We're just wondering, you compared this year's garage sale to last year's garage sale, and you say that last year was a little bit bigger, more people walking through?
Yeah, quite a few more, since we haven't sold near as many personal pans as we have last year.
Oh, is that right? Maybe the weather is scaring people away.
Yeah, I imagine that has a lot to do with it.
Although the weather forecast is calling for snow to arrive later on today, it might have people just a little bit nervous about heading out. Do you make your pizzas right here on the spot?
No, we make our personal pans in the store, and then they bring them to us, and we have a hot box out here that keeps them all nice and warm, so you can just come right down and eat them here, or they're in little individual aluminum pans, so you can take them home and throw them in the freezer, and you can use them anytime.
A lot of people do that, stock up on them and have them later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're selling them for $1.39, which is 50 cents savings on each one of them.
Good deal.
So, you know, we've got lots left, so you can come down. There's no limit. You can just get as many as you'd like.
There's no limit?
No limit.
That's great. Well, I wonder how many I can fit into the back seat of my car before I go home.
We'll just go rent you a U-Haul, Linda. We'll sell you all we have.
Do you have anchovies down here?
No, it's just beef.
Just beef. Well, that sounds good, too. Beef and cheese?
Yes.
All the good stuff on there?
Yeah.
Who's the young man that you have with you today manning the booth?
He is one of my employees. His name is Daniel Breathwaite. He does all my husky lifting and stuff for me.
Your muscle man.
Yeah. So.
Are you going to be here all day, Deanna?
Yes, we'll be here till 4 o'clock, and if we have people lined up, we'll keep selling until we don't have people left.
Oh, that's great. Have you toured the scene here, toured all the different booths, seen what's here?
Oh, yes. You know, you have to go see what all the specials are.
Have you found anything you want to take home?
Oh, there's lots of things, you know, but, you know, you don't know if you should go home after you do it or not.
Well, thank you very much, Deanna, for stopping by.
Sure. Thanks, Linda.
Appreciate talking to you. Oh, question before you go. How long have you been the manager there at Pizza Hut?
I'm working on my 3rd year.
3rd year. So you know everything in and out by now.
Oh, there's always more things to learn.
What's your favorite thing about your job?
Oh, probably the public.
Meeting the people?
Yeah, you always get all different kinds, and you know, it's an experience in each one of them, that's for sure.
Well, congratulations for all your hard work there at Pizza Hut. I'm sure they appreciate you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Tom. Back to you.
Okay, Linda, thank you very much. Hello, Linda.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Oh, I'm just good, thanks.
I'm sorry I wasn't looking at my little watch.
Quite
I didn't
all right.
realize it was time for public affairs.
Arlene is flexible.
Give my apology to Arlene. I would like to introduce my guest.
All right, there's from 1990, Casey and I, KBBN.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is making a move to buy Twitter. The offer is for just over $54 a share, a grand total of more than $43 billion. CBS News correspondent Linda Kenyon reports.
He recently disclosed a stake of about 9% in the company, making him the largest individual shareholder. Paying the hefty price for Twitter is certainly no hardship for the owner of Tesla. According to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, he's currently worth about $260 billion.
KPIX reporter Len Ramirez.
Last month, Musk tweeted the statement, "Free speech is essential to a functioning democracy," and then he ran his own poll asking followers if Twitter adheres to that principle. 70% said no. Musk then hinted at something, saying to vote carefully. The consequences of the poll would be important.
Twitter shares are up 5% in pre-market trading. The company says it has received the offer and will evaluate it. CBS News special report. I'm Wendy Gillette.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. A food processor with locations in Nebraska has detected avian flu in a flock of birds. According to Post Holdings, a Michael Foods-owned egg-laying flock in Wakefield tested positive for avian influenza. They say the faculty houses approximately 2 million egg-laying hens, or approximately 4% of Post's controlled supply. The highly contagious virus has spread since February, and millions of birds have been killed across the U.S. to limit the spread of the virus. The CDC says the recent cases in birds does not present an immediate public health concern to humans. The Sydney Police Department is investigating a pair of dog attacks that left one dog with grave injuries and another one in serious condition. Sydney Police Chief Joe Akins says an American Pit Bull Terrier Boxer mix and Siberian Husky were running loose near Hillside Golf Course when they ran into another husky on a leash in the front yard of a home on Mission Drive. The Boxer Pit and the Husky on the leash began to fight, with both dogs sustaining injuries. The owner of the Husky on Mission Drive consulted a local veterinarian before determining the dog should be put down because of the severity of the injuries. The owner of the Boxer Pit, who has been fostering, training, and rehoming dogs for 15 years, says they don't tolerate that kind of aggression from dogs and made the decision to euthanize the dog. The owner says strong winds snapped 3 fence posts in the backyard and knocked over the fence, allowing the dogs to escape. The other husky was placed in a 10-day in-home rabies observation. The incident was sent to the city attorney for further investigation. Akins says his department is also investigating a separate dog attack on the north side of town involving 2 American Pit Bull Terriers attacking a smaller dog. The dog that was attacked survived. The 2 pit bulls were impounded at White Bluff Veterinarian Hospital for rabies observation. Both dogs had expired rabies vaccinations. An investigation into the attack continues. No injuries to all the dog owners were reported.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Ralph Irvin.
The NBA play-in tournament continued on Wednesday, but it was do-or-die time in the Eastern Conference. Atlanta outscored Charlotte 132-103. All 5 Hawks starters finishing in double figures. Trae Young led the way with 24 points. Next up will be a matchup against Cleveland on Friday to determine the number 8 seed in the Eastern Conference. In the Western Conference, it was New Orleans all over San Antonio, 113-103. C.J. McCollum with 32 points, leading 4 Pelicans in double figures. Next up for New Orleans is a matchup in Los Angeles against the Clippers on Friday night. That'll determine who takes on Phoenix as the number 8 seed in the West. Major League Baseball on Wednesday saw Cleveland win their 4th straight game, bleaching the Reds 7-3. Pete Alonso, 5 RBI. Max Scherzer earned the win as the Mets outscored Philly 9-6.
Here's your weatherology forecast. A red flag warning will be in effect from early this afternoon until late this evening. Sunshine today with our high nearing 53. Westerly winds between 15 and 25 and gusting as high as 40. Staying partly cloudy and very chilly overnight with a low around 18. North winds between 5 and 20 and gusting as high as 35. Staying sunny throughout Friday with a high of 51 and 18 Friday night. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff forecaster Kara Foster.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am Hungered in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerinAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
70% of the Fortune 100 choose Zoom. With phone, chat, workspaces, apps, events, and video in a single platform, Zoom powers all your communications. Large enterprises, small businesses, and individuals use the secure Zoom platform to enable new ways of working, learning, hosting events, and supporting their customers. And now you can save 15% on meetings, chat, and phone with a Zoom United bundle. Visit zoom.com/bundle. Zoom, how the world connects.
8:08 is your time. It's 25 degrees outside under a sunny sky. And right now, the winds aren't too bad, 5 to 10 out of the west. Barometric pressure still rising at 29.96, humidity at 47%. High yesterday, 43, with an overnight low of 21 degrees. No measurable precipitation at all. Well, I guess the airport had 1/100th of an inch a few days ago. We did not squeeze that out of our rain gauge, but really nothing measurable to speak of in this month. And as you heard, a very high danger for fires all over the region here. So be very careful out there today. And the winds are going to pick up today and be a factor. And I got to tell you, as you just heard on the forecast, it's going to be windy, I think, till 2024. But maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Just every day the wind blows.
Seems like it, yeah.
All right, coming up next, we have commentary paid for by Ray Hunt. We'll have that for you in just a little bit here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. And more 1990 garage sale action from the municipal building. And we have next a little report, just a short report, piece of it, from the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce back in 1990.
Oh, good.
That was during public affairs. That's coming up next on The Breakfast Show. In the meantime, here's the Hollies.
Necessarily represent the views or policies of Custer County Broadcasting.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This audio from Dom Rezo is brought to you and paid for by Ray Hunt.
At the root of every gun ban or restriction is this false promise that firearms can be divided neatly into two groups, good and bad. And if we can just get rid of the bad ones, we'll all be safer. It's why the anti-gun politicians hold press conferences where they hold up the scariest guns they can find and outright lie about their capabilities in order to appear reasonable to people that just don't know any better. The truth is, they want to ban every gun in America. It's just not politically savvy to admit it. So they try to achieve their goals one gun and one accessory at a time. I served in the military for 12 years. I've used a lot of different firearms and platforms in a lot of different situations. And I know firsthand that what works for one person may be completely inadequate for another. All these firearms in front of me have different features for different purposes, and that's exactly what they are. They're purpose-driven. Good and bad, there's no good or bad guns. They're gonna do what you drive them to do. If I have a collapsible stock and a vertical grip on here, all these things are purpose-driven for a different reason. You know, just because one looks different than the other doesn't mean that somebody can't take it and go do harm with it. If I'm in California and you're not okay with a 30-round magazine, but you're okay with somebody getting shot with a pump-action shotgun, you really have to ask yourself at the end of the day, what exactly are you trying to accomplish? And what it is at the end of the day is you have to admit it to yourself that you just want to ban all guns, period. Hold hot. Banning some guns, but not all of them, doesn't make anyone safer. It restricts the options of the law-abiding citizens to choose the right firearm for their personal needs and capabilities. So to all the anti-gunners out there, here's an honest proposal. Either you admit it, that you want to ban all guns, or you stop endangering good people by limiting their option to protect themselves.
The Callaway Good Life Center offers a facility with the comforts of home. Services include skilled nursing care, long-term care, respite care, and more. Callaway Good Life Center is a great place to work, offering competitive wages. Call 836-2267 for more information.
The Secret Garden. Some secrets just can't be kept. Right now, save 15% off anything with Pink, including plants and new inventory. Plus, prepay for your plants now and then pick them up when they arrive in May. Lamentations 3, verse 23. Great is his faithfulness. His mercies begin afresh each morning. Open Friday, 11:30 to 4:30, and Saturday, 8:30 to 4:30. The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
Purple Wave. We sell big, dirty, greasy things. Get the equipment you need now on purplewave.com. Hundreds of items sell each week. All items guaranteed to the highest bidder, regardless of the price. Bid now on farm equipment, construction equipment, vehicles, and more. purplewave.com. Straight, simple, sold.
8:16 is your time, and as we go along and think about memories here at KCNI KBBN, it does worry me a little bit, Brent, about the future here between you and I as co-hosts. This whole neighborhood thing, you know, you're not really cooperating. I'm trying to help you out.
I'm not cooperating.
I'm trying to help you out so that we'll continue to be good neighbors, good friends, good commentators, co-hosts, and brothers and sons all in one. And just an example, I'm willing to lease you the garden hose that I have, the extra garden hose, with a very, very, very efficient sprinkler to cut down the cost on your watering of your lawn, and you're resisting it. And it's bothering me a little bit. Going back and listening to 1990 speaks of the longevity of things here, and I think we might be at a crisis point here. and I want you to be a part of the neighborhood and be accepted. And if you don't water your yard this year, and it turns brown and to dirt, there's going to be a rejection from the neighbors. Peggy across the way, and little Kayla down the street there, and Joni and Chris. The provinces across the street, they don't want your dirt blowing in their yard. So I'm trying to help you, my friend.
Okay, all right.
Can I help you? Reach in your pocket and
we can talk.
And give.
As I told you in the past, my people can talk to your people. We'll see if we can work something out.
That sounds.
But I don't know why. I don't know why I would want to enter a lease agreement when I can go out and buy my own sprinkler and hose. It's
because
not just buy, but just use the ones I have.
Do you?
Why would I want to spend the money to lease your equipment?
I'm offering you my experience. I'm a former gasoline hauler.
So part of this agreement is you're going to come over and set it up and basically water the yard.
No. I'm just handling the equipment.
What? Now, wait a minute. You just brought up your experience. What does your experience do for me if you make me do the work?
See, Peggy, he's not listening again. Let me explain. I'm a former 18-wheeler driver. I hauled fuel, and I learned through hauling fuel how to drain hoses properly and how to get the fluid out of the hoses before you put them away, and before you get them frozen and damaged. And I know how to do that from my former job that I had, and I understand how fluid flows. And I'm not sure you do. And the special sprinkler that I have.
I think I know how it's flowing in here right now, yes. But go ahead.
No, that's what I'm offering you. Well, I'm offering you the handling of the equipment and my experience and expertise in getting the most out of the equipment to water your yard with the least amount of water. Really, the equipment is just part of it. It's what I can offer you an experience.
You're not offering me anything.
Folks, I don't know what to say.
You're not offering me anything except the use of a hose and a sprinkler that I have to hook up myself. Correct?
What if you get cross-threaded putting it on? Then you've got problems. And I can help you with that. And did you have the little rubber seal in there to make sure the rubber seal's in there so it doesn't leak down?
So in other words, going back to what I had said a few moments ago, you're going to come over and hook everything up and water the yard. That's part of the...
Absolutely not.
Well,
that's not part of the service. You don't get it, neighbor. Let's just stop. I don't want to get in an argument. Let's just say I do cross-thread something or whatever. Let's say I'm mowing the yard and I kind of forget to roll up. I don't realize your hose is laying here. I run over it with the lawnmower. What's going to happen then? Replacement cost. You're going to have to pay.
You're going to hold me responsible, aren't you? Yeah.
Well, you should know that.
So again, why would I want to enter into any kind of a lease agreement with you over something as simple as a garden hose and a sprinkler?
I don't like the way you say "with you." That was like it isn't worth it. You don't understand the value. It's a value situation, experience, the know-how.
But you're not doing anything for me. You're not coming over. You're not hooking it up. You're not. I assume that it would be responsible for me to get the equipment back to you when I'm done with it.
Well, certainly we'd have to have that worked out in the contract. Do you bring it across or do I go and get it? I mean, I wouldn't mind going and getting it to make sure that I've drained the hose properly before we store it next winter. And I want to make sure you have the rubber seals.
So you don't think I know how? You don't think I know how to drain a hose? Is what you're saying?
Well, that sounds kind of rude, but I'm not sure you know how to drain a hose properly.
Okay.
And you have that rubber seal.
So have you offered this to other people in the neighborhood? That'd be my question.
Well,
I'd like to talk to them about it if you have offered this, and because it seems to me that's unfair to the rest of the community and the rest of the neighborhood if you're going to single out Brent and say, hey, I'm going to do this for you. If you're not going to offer this to anybody else?
Well, here's the thing. Chris, that lives across the street, is a mechanic. And Joni's off the ranch. She knows what she's doing.
Huh?
And they have one of those little slow-moving tractors that tracks
So in other words, really what you're getting to is, in your mind, you think I'm helpless.
I did not say helpless. I just want to help you and lease this equipment to you and give you advice along with it and help you. That's all I'm trying to do is help you, Brent.
You're not helping me. Now, if you wanted to come over and actually water the yard with your equipment, that would be helping.
Well, I think we're at an impasse here.
All right. You're the one that brought it up. You're the one that started all of it, and I just want to stress that.
Oh, Peggy. All right, let's go back to 1990.
Yes, let's do, please.
I believe this is Public Affairs and the Chamber program. There's just a little snippet of this, but I think you'll recognize, for those longtime listeners out there, one of the nicest ladies I remember working with back in the day. So you ready?
Okay. This, again, if you're just joining us, we're reminiscing today. This was a recording from 1990 during the KCNI KBBN garage sale day, right?
Right on.
Okay.
Here we go.
couple minutes with us. I see you even have little summertime thongs. Those are cute with the sun on there.
Yeah.
Thongs.
Happy feet.
Yeah, right. You need those.
You've been pretty busy over here. I won't keep you from your customers any longer.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank
thanks,
you very
Linda.
much.
Bye.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay, thank you, Linda, and be sure to join us for more from the gigantic KCNI KBBN garage sale this afternoon. Public Affairs is next.
This week's specials at the grocery cart include family packs of lean and meaty pork steak for $1.29 a pound.
I want his
Over
voice.
In the produce section, get 3 pounds of bananas, Sunkist
That's your brother?
oranges, or extra
Yeah.
fancy red delicious apples. Your choice for $1. 12-pack cans of Coke and Coke products are $2.99. And in the frozen food section, pick up Blue Bunny ice cream and vanilla or New York vanilla for $3.39 a 5-quart pail. Shop these and other great specials all this week at the grocery cart.
Good day and welcome to KCNI's Public Affairs. Public Affairs is about you, your health, your happiness, your achievements, your problems, and information that will help make your lives more fulfilling.
That almost sounds more like 70s intro
It does,
music.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Arlene Dew, and I have been working at the Chamber of Commerce office. For quite a while, for some of you probably, and others maybe aren't even unaware that I'm there. But it has been several months, and I mean several months, since I've had the opportunity to visit with you. So first, I would like to wish each and every one of you a happy and healthy 1990. And I would also like to thank you for your contribution to this program, to remind you that when you have an activity that you wish us to mention on our program, just bring it by the Chamber office. We'll do what we can to help keep the listening audience informed on what's going on in your community. Also, I would like to take an opportunity and just take a minute from our broadcast this afternoon and thank KCNI, KBBN, for making this public affairs time available to us from the Chamber office. We really do appreciate it. It seems like there's a...
Very much, Tom. Bob Bowles and I are here. And Bob, isn't it nice to...
Well, that was just a little snippet. That was Arlene Dew, who was at the Chamber of Commerce at that time in 1990. And I'm thinking that was in January because she's wishing everybody a happy January. And I'm guessing that the garage sale from 1990 was probably a January promotion because they were talking about snow and storming earlier. And it was something, I think it was the second year. I think Cheryl Smith maybe had the garage sale in 89. She left. I took over as manager in 1990, so we went ahead and had the garage sale again in 1990. I don't know if we had any more after that or not.
So you took it, you became manager in 90?
1990, yeah.
1990?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's...
I thought, because I arrived here in the summer of 91. That was the first time I ever worked here. And I guess I didn't realize you had only been manager for like a little over a year when I had arrived.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how much experience I offer to you
Here we
in
go.
the lease for the hose and sprinkler to water your yard. Well, we received a good morning from Denise. Good morning, Denise. And good morning from Deb. Laugh out loud. Fluid flows. All right. Let's talk a little bit about this time period right now, where we're at.
Okay. All right.
What is this, 2022?
2022.
Wow, that's crazy, isn't it?
32 years ago. Did I do the math right?
Yes, you did.
1990. Wow.
And you know what? Arlene Dew, her thanking us and then talking about public affairs in the chamber, it's still the same thing.
That's right.
It's still the same thing. It's still what we're supposed to do. What the chamber does and what the radio station does is still the same. And we've never lost sight of that goal. And I think that's one of the reasons we have such a good relationship with communities around this area, because we know, we need to make a living and have a going business here, but it won't do that if we don't serve the communities. And so that was the way it was then, and that's the way it is now. So let's serve the community and let them know about a job opportunity at Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership.
Okay.
Could you do that, my friend, my
do that right now.
co-host, my
Yes.
buddy, my friend, my neighbor, my brother and son, all in one? Here's Brent Apperson.
Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership is looking for an individual to work as an infant toddler teacher in Broken Bow. It is a full-time position, good starting wage, great benefits. They're looking for someone with a Child Development Associate Certificate, would prefer someone with their associate's or bachelor's degree in early childhood education, previous experience working with infants up to 3 years old and their families. General duties would include primary care, lesson planning for infants and adults, and conduct parent meetings and complete various reports. For an application, or if you would like some more information, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780. The extension is 0, or you can just apply online by going to centralnebraskacap.com.
Now, I don't know for sure how long Velma at Circle V Stitch and Post has been using KCNI KBBN to advertise, but it's been a long time. We've had a great partnership with Velma, and we used to run, audio ads, and in the last number of years, we just talk about Velma and the great services that she provides during the breakfast show. So would you do that, Brent? Would you mind?
Of course.
Would you mind doing that, my good friend?
Yes. In fact, I'll be wearing a jacket with KCNI, KBBN Radio embroidered on it today when I go to the track meet that we got from Circle V Stitch and Post that Velma put together for us. Does a great job. And if you're looking for a special personalized gift, she can do the same for you. Maybe you're a business that wants to get some hats or jackets or shirts, whatever, to give away, or for your employees to promote your business. She can help you get all of that together as well. Why shop online for personalized items when Circle V Stitch and Post has great prices and you can create with someone right here in Broken Bow? Of course, you have things like graduation coming up soon. Maybe you've been invited to an upcoming wedding or a baby shower. Someone's having a special anniversary. Again, Velma can help you put together something very special and personalized with her quality custom embroidery service. So give her a call today to get your creation started. Number is 872-6173. 872-6173. Circle V Stitch and Post, located just north of Broken Bow out on Paulson Road.
All right, Brent, do you want to now? I've tried to help you with your lawn with my experience and
I'll just be blunt honest with you. I don't think this has anything to do with helping me with my lawn. I think you're trying to pad your pocket. That's what I think. I think you're trying to take advantage of me, and I think you're trying to make some extra cash without doing any work for it.
So in other words,
I'll just be blunt honest.
Well, let me be honest.
That's what I think this is all about.
You think, and it's not true, you think I'm trying to hose you.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Okay. Now, I'm not trying to hose you on this.
Okay, all right. What are we going to do?
I want you to listen to this carefully because I know you're one of the best sports announcers around, and the team here, Jeremy and Gavin and all the folks that work with you that we mention quite often, our wrestling play-by-play and color guys, Kurt and Mick Patch, and all the folks that help us out, Daryl Sybrant. Am I missing somebody? We've had help from Kent Wesleyan years ago.
Yeah. Mike Borders helps me with basketball a lot. Appreciate that.
Larry Kottner, of course.
Oh, definitely.
He's been with us for many years. In fact, he'll remember 1990 better than we will.
Probably.
But this is really the top of the line here. I wanted you to it's kind of like lending you or leasing you hose and and a sprinkler, water sprinkler, is giving you a little taste of the top of the line.
Oh, so this is a sample of sports announcing that came before me.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm excited to hear.
Yeah, you're just gonna die for this if it ever starts. Here we go.
Mason watches an outside fastball go for a ball. Let's check out Mason tonight. He's reached on balls. Otherwise, hasn't had a whole lot of luck. I guess he had struck out in the first inning and flied to second. Ooh, inside pitch. Mason jumps up. It'll hit him in the leg. And he'll advance to first on the hit pitch. He couldn't get out of the way of that ball whatsoever, right at his legs. He tried to hop up and have it miss him, but no way. Caught him in the side of the legs there, but doesn't seem to be hurt at all. He trotted right down to first base. So there we go. We got one out and a man on first for Ord, and that brings up a pretty good-sized fella, Tim. Kelly Hoppus, the right fielder, and Hoppus, well, he has a base hit on the night with an RBI. Last time up, he reached with a single. Well, he's 3 for 3 as he reached on a single in the first inning. So Hoppus having a good night for himself, filling in for Augustine. And look for Mason to take off here. And he's going to be held and almost thrown away. Peace throws it, fires it to first. Nielsen making a fine play over there to cover it. Yes, he did. High and to Nielsen's left. And difficult catch, and he made it in good form and held the runner.
I personally thought it was exceptionally good. That was you and Tim, right? The Bernie brothers calling baseball together.
Yeah, we did that a few times, maybe another time or two. I don't remember. And he always did the. I'm not a play-by-play guy, but he always did the play-by-play, and I did the color. We did that a couple different times. It was enjoyable. I think I have another tape at home of that. But you know how the saying goes: eat your heart out, man. Just kidding. Here's the Allman Brothers.
Generation Manor in Galloway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Galloway. The Grand Generation Manor.
Thank you, Larry. 8:41 is your time. You're back in 2022 now, and that gives us a chance to talk about, I don't think we would have been talking about this in 1990, and that would be all the jobs that are available in our area for people to take advantage of. And one of those is at Custer Federal State Bank right now. They need some help, have an opening that they'd like to fill.
Yeah, they do have an opening at their Broken Bow branch. Custer Federal State Bank has an opening for a full-time customer service specialist, looking for someone who is outgoing, a positive individual who enjoys interacting with customers and is willing to learn. Duties include answering the phone, greeting customers, and processing banking transactions. It is a full-time position with competitive pay and benefits, including insurance, 401k, and paid vacation and sick time. Visit the Broken Bow location for an employment application. Your contact person is Caitlin Peterson. You can submit your application and resume to Caitlin through email at Caitlin, Caitlyn, at CusterFederal.com, or you can give them a call if you'd like more information, 872-6486. Custer Federal State Bank is an equal opportunity employer.
And we should let you know that we're still looking for a news person here at KCNI KBBN. That opening is still going to be open for a few more days yet, and then we'll take a look at what we have. But if you're thinking about applying, please do so. Get a hold of Jeremy Scheib here at the radio station. Stop out and see Jeremy or mail him a resume and ask for an application. Post Office Box 409 or jeremy@info.sandhillsexpress.com. And you can make contact with Jeremy. He is doing the hiring right now, and look forward to your application. The job includes organizing and gathering news in the area, producing the news on the air and online. So it's that's kind of a double job anymore, because you're once you get a story put together, you post it on Sandhills Express and you get it on the radio. And we can show you how to do all of that. If you have experience, of course, that would be great. But we realize that here in central Nebraska, there's only so many radio jobs. But if you've always thought about getting into journalism, if you have journalism maybe you took in school and you found it something that you enjoyed, you're a candidate. So come on out. Give us a call if you like at 872-5881 and ask for Jeremy, and see if we can get something set up for you.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to remind you again, it is so dry out there. We know how hard our volunteer firemen and women have been, working, and just the amount of time they've put towards saving property and saving lives. And there is a Custer County Volunteer Fire Department Assistance Fund through the Custer County Foundation. And Mike Evans mentioned that yesterday, that money's coming in pretty good, but we continue to need to resupply fuel, tires, equipment, the safety gear that they use, and it's all been stressed this time around. And if you want to make a donation, you can do that through the foundation. It is a tax-deductible foundation, and that's a 501c3 for a nonprofit that you can use. The foundation exists because people who have the desire to give back to the community can use this platform to make those donations. So please do that. Please consider it. And all the money that is raised will be evenly distributed to all the fire departments in Custer County, which is a good way to do it. Also, Mr. Brent, I believe back in 1990 we were doing senior salutes.
Oh, sure.
And we continue to do them in 2022. And our first Senior Salute Day is Wednesday, April 20th. And that will feature Arcadia on KCNI, Sargent and Taylor on KBBN. And then it switches around the next day on the 21st, so that if you happen to miss them one day, you can catch them the next. And also want to remind you folks out there that are registering or haven't registered yet, don't miss out on the chance to win the ultimate track day experience. And what you do when you win if you win, is you choose your supercar of your choice and drive it on a real racetrack in either Kansas City or Omaha, and you'll have an expert instructor there with you in the passenger seat. And all you have to do is register online at Sandhills Express contest page, have a chance to go as fast as you have the courage to go in a Porsche or Shelby Mustang, Lamborghini. Your choice is there. There's 3 or 4 different choices that they'll have at the track, and that would be the hardest part, deciding which one you want to drive.
Probably.
But you can't do it if you don't register, so get registered. You can register once a day if you're 18 years old and qualify.
There you go.
All right. Do we have information about Sylvester's yet?
We do a little bit, yeah. Okay. It's karaoke night at Sly's coming up on Friday. Sylvester's this Friday night. Thunder Karaoke is back, so grab your friends and head to Sly's 9 to 1 this Friday night. Karaoke at Sylvester's in Broken Bow, all happening at the Quiet Little Place. That rocks! Yes, Sylvester's in Broken Bow. I got a question for you.
All right.
We're reminiscing. You're playing some clips of some things that you guys did at the radio station back in 1990. 20-plus years from now, when you and I are both out of here, you think they'll be doing that? You think whoever's doing the show 20, 30 years from now will be going back to 2022 and playing clips of Brent and Dave?
Well, if you think about it, I don't know whether they'll find cassette tapes in the closet.
Well, no.
or CDs in a drawer, and we archive the shows.
Yeah.
If they continue to do that, I guess they could, although we don't keep them that long in the archive because the hard drive gets full. So I don't know. And I don't know if they'd be that interested 20 years from now.
I guess maybe that's what I was getting at.
Yeah. I don't know.
know.
If you're still here 20 years from now, you can go back and say, when I worked with my good friend and my neighbor, my co-host, my son and brother all in one.
Yeah.
Brother and son all in one. I got that turned around.
Okay.
I'll leave that up to you.
All right.
So let's see. You're 51.
I'm 51.
So you'd be 71.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not far from that. I'm 68.
Well,
going on 69. It could happen.
Yeah. I guess it could.
Maybe you should do it 15 years from now.
Okay.
And reminisce.
You might still be with me 15 years from now. You might.
Well, not if Jeremy is thinking straight. No. Hey, good morning to Steve. Good morning to Irene. And we mentioned Deb earlier and Denise. Good morning to you as well. Speaking of rockin', let's do a little of it with a guy by the name of Kenny Wayne Shepherd on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Experience extraordinary Easter savings. We will have special Easter eggs with an extra 20 to 50% off one item. Some exclusions do apply. What an excellent time to shop. Explore the savings this week at Beau Bouterie, Monday through Friday 9 to 5:30 and Saturday 9 to 4 on the east side of the square in Broken Bow.
Spring cleaning applies to a lot more than just that junk drawer you've been avoiding for years. Refresh your checking account and upgrade to Premier Checking, the Bruning Bank account that rewards you for your everyday banking habits. Whether you currently have an account with us or not, setup is quick and easy. While you're cleaning up your banking, go ahead and explore the MyCard feature on our mobile banking app. You can manage your debit card with one click and explore all the possibilities available to you. Learn more at bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
It is 8:55. You're listening to The Breakfast Show on a Thursday. We'll see if we can get a hold of Matt in the 9 o'clock hour from Subway, and we'll also have some more music lined up for you and a few more memories. As a matter of fact, do you want to, I think, now this is tape, so it's harder to cue.
Sure.
But I think we have the remote again from down at the municipal building. January of 1990, and I believe coming up will be Angie Ripp, who was one of the guest musicians for that. And once she played, even Bob says, I'm going to leave my guitar out in the lobby. I don't think I want to follow that because Angie is so good.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's coming up next.
Okay.
But I'm not for sure.
Sure.
But it's live radio. We'll take a risk.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This would be recorded in 1990, I believe in January, the KCNI KBBN garage sale.
And I are here, and Bob, isn't it nice to? You can come over here. You can come over here. Yeah. Isn't it nice to have a little class at the garage sale?
Yes, it is. Now that we're all clean-cut guys, we can start enjoying a little
Is that Elvis or Bob?
Kind of music, and the classical music of Angie Hilton fills the air here at the garage sale this afternoon.
And Tom, be sure and flip that recorder on because we want to get this. This is probably the best stuff we'll have on the radio for a while.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That was great.
Yeah. And that was Angie on the piano, and she played. She also had some of her students there, as I remember, and they played as well. Bonnie Neff was there, ready to play her electric piano, I believe it was, and Bob brought his guitar, and there were others as well. We always try to incorporate live music into what we did when we did promotions, and sometimes it worked out, and most of the times it did. Once in a while, there was a little trouble with the Marty there. You could hear it fluffing around a little bit, but Angie put on quite a show that day.
That's great.
I do remember that. We'll take a time out. When we come back, we have news for you at the top.
Easter is almost here, and Triple Bus Boutique is excited to be doing their own Easter egg hunt for their favorite peeps. Shop this week and find Easter eggs throughout the store. Pick one and you'll find savings from 10 to 30% off their regularly priced merchandise. They even have some children's apparel for those little bunnies. Shop Triple Bus Boutique this week for extra savings for Easter. North side of the square in Broken Bow. Triple Bus Boutique, where different is beautiful.
Why can't cattle become detectives? Because they refuse to go on stakeouts. Coming in May, a Beef Month giveaway featuring, of course, beef. Keep listening, and the prize could be yours.
This Friday, head to Ansley because Sun Valley Landscaping will be open for the first day of the season. They have been hard at work inside the greenhouse, planting and growing beautiful plants for you to take home. Whether you know what you want to plant or you're looking for inspiration, the Sun Valley Greenhouse is sure to provide the colorful, beautiful plants you're looking for. This Friday, 10 to 6, day 1 of the season at Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley, just turned by the fire hall.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. Grand Rapids, Michigan is bracing for possible unrest after a black man was shot to death by a white police officer. The shooting occurred earlier this month, but videos showing what happened were just released. 26-year-old Patrick Leoya was killed during a traffic stop. City Manager Mark Washington.
When I saw the video, it was painful to watch, and I immediately asked, what caused this to happen?
WWMT TV reporter Amira Austin.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump will host a news conference today with the Leoya family. Now, in a written statement yesterday, he says that the video clearly shows this was an unnecessary, excessive, and fatal use of force against an unarmed black man. He is calling for the officer to be terminated, arrested, and prosecuted for the killing of Leoya.
CBS News special report. I'm Wendy Gillette.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Ralph Irvin.
The NBA play-in tournament continued on Wednesday, but it was do-or-die time in the Eastern Conference. Atlanta outscored Charlotte 132-103, all 5 Hawks starters finishing in double figures. Trae Young led the way with 24 points. Next up will be a matchup against Cleveland on Friday to determine the number 8 seed in the Eastern Conference. In the Western Conference, it was New Orleans all over San Antonio, 113-103. C.J. McCollum with 32 points, leading 4 Pelicans in double figures. Next up for New Orleans is a matchup in Los Angeles against the Clippers on Friday night. That'll determine who takes on Phoenix as the number 8 seed in the West. Major League Baseball on Wednesday saw Cleveland win their 4th straight game, bleaching the Reds 7-3. Pete Alonso, 5 RBI. Max Scherzer earned the win as the Mets outscored Philly 9-6.
Here's your weatherology forecast. A red flag warning will be in effect from early this afternoon until late this evening. Sunshine today with our high nearing 53. Westerly winds between 15 and 25 and gusting as high as 40. Staying partly cloudy and very chilly overnight with a low around 18. North winds between 5 and 20 and gusting as high as 35. Staying sunny throughout Friday with a high of 51 and 18 Friday night. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff forecaster Kara Foster.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am Hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
70% of the Fortune 100 choose Zoom. With phone, chat, workspaces, apps, events, and video in a single platform, Zoom powers all your communications. Large enterprises, small businesses, and individuals use the secure Zoom platform to enable new ways of working, learning, hosting events, and supporting their customers. And now you can save 15% on meetings, chat, and phone with the Zoom United bundle. Visit zoom.com/bundle. Zoom, how the world connects.
29 degrees outside under a sunny sky. Winds are west 5 to 15 miles per hour. Barometric pressures at 29.97 and rising. Humidity at 44%. Again, our high yesterday, 43, currently 29 and sunny here at Broken Bow. And Brent Apperson has some sports information for you, an update on a little change at the Burwell track meet that will speed things up due, I suppose, to this weather forecast we have.
Saw on Twitter the updated track schedule for Burwell today. That's where we'll be giving you live updates of results and such. Field events will start at noon. Running events scheduled to go at 2 o'clock. Looks like it's going to kind of be no finals today. They're just going to run everything based on time and determine winners by that. So that'll make things move a little bit faster today, and we'll be there to cover it for you.
All right. Still going to have coverage for you but it will be shortened up a bit due to the weather forecast. Not the greatest track weather. I don't know, the only time with track, you either have great weather or cruddy weather, it seems like.
Hey, the sun is shining.
That helps.
When the sun shines, you can have a track meet.
And when the stars go blue,
yes,
you can have a beautiful night.
Ah, what a segue.
Dancing where the stars go blue.
But hurry, the selection period ends Thursday, April 21st. Choose natural gas supply from Constellation.
With the high cost of fertilizer, water, and other inputs, there's never been a better time for the groundbreaking iGrowth Imaflex sorghum production system. Herbicide-tolerant iGrowth grain and forage hybrids from Alta Seeds paired with the weed-fighting power of Imaflex herbicide from UPL can help you improve your crop production efficiency and make the very most of your sorghum acres. Visit sorghumpotential.com/start today to lock in your seed. Always read and follow label directions.
Staying on top of agriculture's latest trends and developments can be a full-time job. The new bi-weekly podcast from UPL Open Ag can help. Hosted by veteran farm broadcaster Ken Root. The Root of the Matter is a frank and open conversation with some of the brightest minds in agriculture, exploring the topics that affect your operation, your livelihood, and your lifestyle. Look for The Root of the Matter wherever you find your favorite podcasts, or visit uplrootofthematter.com.
909, 29 degrees outside, sunny skies, but it's cold out there. As a matter of fact, Matt with Subway has his stocking cap on today. How you doing, Matt?
Not too bad. I got tired of chasing my ball cap.
Yeah.
Beyond done. I let one go. I was like, yep, I'm done.
Leave it.
Yeah. Somebody just got a nice Husker hat.
It's been windy, hasn't it? Yeah. We've been traveling quite a bit?
Quite a bit, yeah.
Well, that makes driving a car or pickup or something a little bit more of a challenge that way.
Yeah. Depends how fast you go.
No, I don't think we should talk about that, Matt. Let's leave that alone. There are officers that listen sometimes.
Okay.
I don't know how often, but there's got to be once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. So how you been? Everything good?
Not too bad.
Good. So let's just start with the employment side of things. And Brent's more expertise in the food. He doesn't know a thing about a hose or a sprinkler, but he knows a lot about food. Now, that's all I'm going to say on that. But I did want to ask you about job openings. How are we sitting?
We are always hiring. We are always looking for new help. You might be that ace in the hand that makes the playing the game just perfect. So come on down.
All right. We're talking here in Broken Bow. Stop in and see Ellen and visit with her about it.
Yep, or you can apply online at Subway, and then you scroll down to the bottom, and it says My Careers.
Okay, My Careers. All right. Well, and I know you're, like everyone, pretty flexible. If somebody can work a day or two or a night shift or, piece it together, right?
Yeah, we are willing to work around schedules. I'm known for I hire a lot of high school kids, and we work around all their schoolwork comes first.
Good deal. All right. So this is Brent Apperson. You guys know each other pretty well. Brent is a little bit of a trouble in the neighborhood right now. He's my neighbor. I'm offering to lease him my garden hose and sprinkler to make sure he doesn't have he's just moved in. I want him to have a good look for the rest of the neighborhood and fit in with the rest of the neighbors. I've offered to lease him my hose and sprinkler with the added value of my experience with running the hose and sprinkler. He says I'm trying to hose him. I would like your thoughts on that, Matt. I mean, don't you think I'm 68 years old? I've been watering lawns 28 years, 27 years longer. Well, I guess I didn't water them when I was 1 or 2. But anyway, I've watered and taken care of lawns a lot longer than Brent. Don't you think he should lease the hose with the added value of my experience?
Why would you be watering your yard? It's just a desert in Nebraska right now.
You're avoiding the question, man.
I don't know. Expertise advice from a neighbor is not always bad.
Yeah, there you go. I'm afraid he's going to get cross-threaded, and ruin the threads on his faucet. Or get it cross-threaded with a little rubber seal, and then the water's going to run down the foundation, flood the basement. He's got a landlord to answer to.
And that's the landlord's problem.
There you go.
So are you one of those men that get up in the morning and go out and you're sitting there drinking your cup of coffee and you look out and go, there's a dandelion?
Oh, no. No.
No?
You won't find our yard to be immaculate whatsoever.
No.
But
we say dandelions are good for your health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put them in a salad.
Yep.
As long as you don't spray them first.
Yeah.
Probably wise.
Yeah. A little advice for you, Brent.
Yeah. You going to add those to Subway?
I doubt that one.
Oh, okay. I just wondered.
I'm pretty sure the government's
Add
got
those
pretty
for
good
toppings?
control over not allowing us to use weeds in a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's been labeled as a weed. So
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Noxious?
Yeah.
Just thought I'd ask.
Right.
Good question.
They actually taste really good.
Yeah.
I've tried them.
Have you? I don't think I ever have.
Yeah, I haven't.
I've tried about anything. And everything.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Never
Did
pulled
you
the
have it
stalk off a dandelion when you were a kid and sit there and suck
Oh,
on it?
yeah.
Did you have it with bacon?
No.
Knowing you? I figured you had a side of bacon.
Right. It
with
would be bad. I was actually at a store the other day, and the employee messed up, and they messed up on a bunch of bacon, and they're like, "Will anybody eat this?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
buddy.
You're gonna ask?
Yeah, dandelions and bacon. That might be something that
Yeah. Could be a new sandwich.
could be a new salad with bits of bacon in it and pieces of.
What would it be? BDLT?
Yeah, you never know.
All right, Brent, it's up to you to talk food because I know you're much more well versed in the area of sandwiches and that sort of thing than yours truly.
Okay.
So I'm still want to go back
Yeah.
to the renting the house next door to your boss. What are you, crazy?
Yes, I am.
Obviously.
I'm very crazy. Yeah.
You know, his wife Shelley and I get along splendidly.
We
have
just
no
wanted
problems.
to just quietly move into the neighborhood, but that didn't happen.
Didn't work.
No, it did not happen.
Pulled up and fireworks went off. And
Yeah. So let's see, where do we stand on some things here? Still doing the box lunches, still doing your catering, I'm assuming?
Yes, we are, and catering is getting ready to change quite a bit. They're actually going to where everything will be pretty much. You'll have tongs. All the sandwiches will be individually wrapped in a catering order also. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So they're revamping the whole catering right now. We should be rolling out with it in about the next month.
All right.
So the way in which the catering is prepared sounds
Presented.
like it's presented, okay, is
Yeah.
going to change. But what about the options in your catering? Will they kind of stay the same?
everything will stay the same that
all
way.
stays the same. Okay.
But just the presentation of all of it is going to change quite a bit.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Okay.
New experience.
Is that more work? I'm sorry. Is that more work on your end?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit more work on our end, but for the safety reasons, I'm all on board.
Okay, very good. I'm sorry, Brent. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine.
See, now back in your day, you just pick the sandwich up off a paper plate that might have some dirt on it, and you just brush the dirt off, and you continue eating.
Yeah. And
Because you
this
get yelled at. You ain't wasting that bologna.
That's right. That
What do you mean back in your day?
Well, it was our day, too.
I was going to say, well, it's still
Our day,
today.
too.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
for me
today,
anyway.
my kids know. They're more, you drop a sandwich, and they're like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
What? Just brush it off.
That's right. Still
the
good.
5-minute rule.
There you go.
5 minutes.
So let's see. We talked about a new kind of meat that you have for a limited
The
time
capicola.
that's going on some of the sandwiches.
Right, and the supreme meat sandwich is really good. Is the one I like.
Now, is that okay? So the supreme meat sandwich is that a new sandwich altogether, or they just added meat to a certain sandwich?
They added meat to a certain sandwich, the BMT.
Okay, the BMT.
So you take the BMT and you add the capicola, and it's really good.
Okay, sounds good.
And you add bacon, it's even better.
Of course.
There you go.
course.
And you can add bacon to anything.
Right.
Bacon makes it better.
Yep.
We know that.
Everything.
Let's see. You still do the pizzas. You still do the protein bowls. We've talked about those, so everything's going according to plan, I assume.
Yep. And I've really noticed that the protein bowls have kind of eliminated the salads.
Have they a little bit? Yeah, I can imagine.
More people are ordering the protein bowls than the salads. Evidently, everybody likes meat.
Yeah.
In Nebraska, anyway.
99.9%. So talk about that a little bit, because you can order up the protein salad, and then guys like you, or gals also, then can you add more meats to it than what I mean, how do you control how much meat goes in there?
We can add whatever we want to, whatever you want to your sandwich, salad, wrap, pizza. Okay. We have buttons that we can just tack on.
Okay, all right.
So, like, if you wanted a BMT salad, but you also wanted some roast beef in there and some bacon, you can do it.
Okay, that sounds good.
Like, I joke around when I'm actually working the line and somebody will order like a steak and cheese sandwich, and I'm like, you want that double meat deluxe, add bacon, scoop of tuna, call it a surf and turf. And people laugh. I think I've had one person in my entire life actually add tuna to steak, but
really?
Yeah.
Well,
so I mean,
hey, make it your way.
Right,
That's what you do.
Your way. But yeah, you can do about anything you want.
Okay. All right.
What about the sauces? Do you have any new sauces or kind of what you've had the last few months?
What we have the last few months, they've all been revamped. They've made new dressings, like the ranch is a peppercorn now. The chipotle is now a Baja Chipotle. It's a little bit more spicy. Yeah, they've been changing quite a bit. The Subway vinaigrette, that was another one they modified.
Mm-hmm. They did a really good job of modifying that, by the way.
Oh, yeah, they did.
I love your vinaigrette. It's really good.
I love the peppercorn ranch. I love the Baja Southwest now more than I used to. So, yeah.
Improvements.
Yeah.
And we always talk about the app. If you don't have it yet, make sure you get it loaded up. I even got the app, so I can tell you right now it's extremely easy.
And, save $2. I mean, who doesn't want to save $2?
And I keep, I'll get like little notifications about, a special going like 15% off or something when you have the app. So it's, you can,
I have apps for everywhere I frequent.
Mm-hmm.
I have one for Pump Pantry, the Buckle, Subway. I still have an app for Subway. But everywhere I go, I have an app just to save myself money.
And it really saves you time.
Yeah.
If you're the person ordering, if you order on the app, I know we did it just the other day, ordered on the app, walked in, you put you have shelves now that you put the orders on. You walk in, grab your sack, and out you
But if you
go.
order chips, make sure you look and grab your chips and get your drink, because we don't do those up for you.
Okay.
So that way it's less hands touching everybody's food.
Sure. Okay. All right. So if you order off the app, but you do a meal deal or something, make sure that you take care of your drink and chips.
Right, because we don't
out.
always have the chips right now that you might have requested.
Sure.
The drink, I'm not going to pour somebody's fountain drink 10 minutes before they get there, and then by the time you show up, it'll be watered down the first inch and a half or whatever. So, yeah, it's a great tool. I love the app.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to touch on? Anything new on the horizon that you know about? Or
I have no clue new on the horizon. Doesn't look like it's going to be as windy today as normal.
No, that's okay.
That's all right. Track meet's going, and of course, folks can drop by and pick up things as the track meets unfold here, and spring activities, baseball, softball, soccer, all those sorts of things mean those individually wrapped sandwiches you're talking about are going to come in real handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Matt, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, any fishing reports at all?
I haven't been fishing this year yet. Really looking forward to it. I had a friend send me a picture the other day, and you got about a 10 or 11 pound walleye.
I've been seeing some chatter about some walleyes being caught, but I think fishing is a lot like a lot of other things. We talk about it a lot. We just don't do it that often.
No.
Yeah.
When I go, I just go to relax.
Just take it easy.
Yeah, I don't take my cell phone. I don't take anything electronic. I'm just there with my fishing pole and my kayak and scooting around a little lake.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Well, we're going to finish up with a little tidbit of recording from 1990 featuring Tom Hilkemeyer. We'll do that before we close the show. This next song is Emmylou Harris' song that came out a number of years ago. Didn't get a lot of play time, but I remember playing it, and it would always make Bob Bowles cry.
Oh.
So this is if just imagine Bob Bowles crying when this song's playing.
sophomore hands off to Lockhorn, who slips, regains his balance, falls up inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Lockhorn had a hole there on the left side, and just as he made his cut, his feet kind of give way underneath him. But he was able to dive up inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line for a gain of 3 yards. And it's second down and 7 from the 17-yard line. The receivers are Brower and Wentz. They're both tight. Behind the quarterback, Shadig, who's now in there. The senior fakes the handoff, and he's looking to throw. The pass is away, and complete touchdown. Brad Brower's on the receiving end of a 17-yard scoring pass from John Shadig, the senior quarterback in there. And it was a little bit of a play-action pass. Shadig then spun away from the fake and gave himself a couple of more steps of time, and then simply threw a nice pass to Bradley Browers for the touchdown. And now we're going to have the two-point conversion coming up. And it's Budeke keeping the ball in the option play, and he's into the end zone for the two-point conversion. So with a minute and 10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, the Broken Bow Indians lead by a score of 43-16.
There you go. All right. That's a road trip.
That's a road trip. A lot of those over the years. And Tom calling a great game there for us. And all of the fans listening on the radio, listening to Tom Hilkemar back in 1990.
That's great.
Have yourself a great day. Track reports coming up later from Brent Apperson, my neighbor, my good friend, my co-host, my neighbor, my good neighbor, my really good neighbor.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Super good neighbor. Nothing like a neighbor. And my brother and son all in one.
See you, Dave.
Bye.
Here's your weatherology forecast.
I can't love you enough to make you complete. You appear in my dreams with some new Cartier. You need me there to see what you need to convey. It's not enough. 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 No, stare at the sea. You will never clear up. I'm the one who screams, but it won't be enough. There's no never enough. It's never enough. What did I give? What did I give? Never give for you. No, I never hope. How could I store it?
The Who, It's Not Enough. On KBBN, Awesome 80s at the top of the hour. Don't forget now we have live updates from Burwell today as Brent Apperson will be trackside giving you all the results from all the area teams who are competing, which include Ansley Litchfield and Selma Myrna, Arcadia Loop City, Sandhills Thedford, South Loop, Twin Loop, and the host Burwell. We'll cover all those teams for you today, courtesy of some great sponsors and Brent Apperson here this afternoon on 95.3 FM. This one's called Cold Little Heart. Music at the top, no more talk, just rock.
Did you ever want it? Did you want it back? Oh, my. Tears me apart. Did you ever fight it? All of the pain, so much pride running through my veins. Bleeding, I'm bleeding. Oh, I can't stand myself, and I know